Hey, espresso and coffee lovers, Mark here. I've got Nick with me, and we're gonna take a look at the new Jura GIGA 10. A lot going on here.
Tons.
Let's start up the top. I mean, I'm seeing two of something up here. What do we got going on?
So from the GIGA, in the GIGA 10, we've got 2 hoppers, 2 grinders. So that's gonna let us basically choose a grind per coffee, maybe do one for cold brew, one for hot brew, decaf, regular, lots of customization there.
So yeah, we got 2 different sorts of beans running, our very own single origin Colombia
Tolima, that's
Tolima
right.
here. We'll talk more about that. We will do some cold extraction.
Yeah.
So first, the panoramic display here.
Yeah, so this is called the Panoramic Coffee Panel. This is Jura's new display for this machine. So you've got it divided up into 3 segments here. On the main display, it just serves as our menu. You've got 9 drinks, and then you give this a tap, and then you've got another suite of 9, but you can do more than 18 drinks, right?
35, I think, altogether.
So with all the customization, you can do cold versions, you can do extra shots. We'll get into that in just a little bit.
Okay, and again, we are going to do the cold extraction. We're also going to do we'll do a flat white. We'll show you how to customize it temporarily.
Yeah. Or permanently if you want to make the drink the same way every time.
We've got a lot of room here for taller cups under here if you like those latte macchiatos in the tall glass.
That's right.
Or something. But let's get into it. Let's do a cold espresso.
Sounds good.
Now we first had this back on the Z10. I'll give you the cups here. We'll do a little bar slide so you can put an ice cube in there. And what's really unique about this machine, and Jura exclusive of course, is the cold extraction process. We're not putting hot water through the coffee. We're putting water right from the reservoir, unheated, through the coffee. But let's get into how we would customize that just temporarily, right? Because we have an espresso up here. I'll go to that.
Yep.
So there's our espresso. And this one's just going to brew a hot espresso.
Right now it's set. It's just going to be a hot espresso, but we can change everything about it, including which grinder we're going to pull from. So in this case, we'll go to the left.
So how do we do that?
Yeah, to do that, Mark, basically this little icon right below our main screen, that's going to enable a temporary override for any drink that you brew. So you tap
any
that.
Any of the drinks here. Okay, so I tap this.
So it turns amber, and now tap your drink. And now we're going into our temporary screen for where we can make our changes.
Now I see up here, it's got, now I did, like you said, I had labeled these grinders, the cold grind and hot grind over on the right. So we want to use the beans we like for our cold brew. So we're just going to slide, it's a touch screen, so we'll slide it over, we'll use 100%. Now, one thing, we can mix and match here, right?
You can mix and match. So the thing to remember about this grinder is that the grind is set digitally inside the programming menu. So we've pre-calibrated the one on the left to be extra coarse, so it will be perfect for cold brew. Okay. Obviously though, let's say you had decaf in one and regular in the other, you could make the grind the same between the two, and then you're just blending the coffees and you don't have 2 different grind sizes.
So you get a half-caf, or you could mix them up, or you could keep your really good beans in one for yourself.
Well, you could, or maybe take a couple of our whole latte of single origins, maybe make your own custom blend of some of those.
This is new from us, Colombia Tolima.
That's right.
Right, single origin, roasted right here
Super
locally.
fresh,
very
so
fresh.
Juicy, very citrusy. It's a delicious coffee.
All right, so back to the drink. So I selected first my cold grinder here, and we could have that all pre-programmed. We're just doing this temporarily, right? And then I'm guessing I'm going to press the snowflake down here, right?
That's right. So our options right below, you've got the snowflake obviously, which is going to enable cold brew. If you wanted to make 2 drinks, so it would actually make you 2 of the espressos, you'd tap this one right here. Obviously you have the 2 icon. You can't do both.
It's either or.
It's one or the other.
Doubles or the cold brew. Okay. And then we've got these unique little dials here. Right now we're set to strong. But we can change the strength here, which is really changing the dose of the coffee.
Yeah, so Jura's brew groups on a machine like the GIGA go between 5 grams to 16 grams. So you can really put a lot of coffee in there.
So if I wind this around a little bit here, we're gonna go intense because you like it intense, right? Okay, so from there, what's next? Just
tap the drink.
And again, this is a temporary change. And we'll show you when we do the flat white, how to do a permanent change to a drink.
Mark,
we can change
that slightly. Yeah, large sounds good.
Yeah, we'll make it a large, so you can change that kind of on the fly, the volumes. Now, they come pre-programmed at typical, but you can adjust them to fit your glass.
That's the thing, is there are so many drinks on here. I really recommend that you try them as Jura has them programmed.
Yeah.
See what you like, and then if you want to make some changes, really dive into it from there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The volume of the drink can be changed while it's preparing.
Okay. So we just heard the grind going, and we're getting a little rundown of what's happening here. We'll see a lot more when we go to the milk drink happens over here. We can do a lot of customization with the milk, really cool stuff. I'm gonna stick my finger under there, and that is, That's cool.
That's right.
I get a little taste early here.
What's happening is if you could listen closely, there's a little kind of thunking that you can hear. That's the sound of the cold extraction. That drip there is what it will look like, because what we're doing is we're taking the water from the reservoir and then pushing that in pulses through the coffee in the group. It's much more coarse than an espresso would be, but you can see obviously we do have a layer on top of some crema there.
That's nice. Now
we're done.
Cold extraction, cold brewing, it's usually what, 12, 16-hour process?
Very, very long. I can't think of any other machine that can do it on demand like this one.
So let's give it a try. I've never had anybody try the cold extraction on this and not really like it. It's a very unique flavor. Just like the cold brew you would get. And actually with that Colombia coffee, that's really good.
That's very good. It's almost like a chocolate covered orange almost, I think.
That fruit's coming through. Okay, so we did one, again, that was a temporary change. If you see our espresso didn't keep the snowflake on there. Do we have any drinks that do have?
Yeah, like the Americano, Cafe Latte are both cold drinks.
Those are already cold drinks. We could temporarily change those to hot, right?
That's right.
But let's go ahead, let's do that flat white, because I don't do a lot of milk drinks, but I do flat whites, they're my favorite.
Got that right here.
Okay,
so do you want to make some changes to that one?
Yeah, let's make some permanent changes to that. So
I think you want a little more foam, you said, right?
Yeah, so perfect. I just press and hold, right?
Yeah, in this case, you'll push and hold, And then what's going to happen is we're going to open up our menu. So we have two sets of options. One is we can go in and start making changes to the product, or let's say you wanted to change what's on your display because you want to change the assortment. You can always just press replace product and select something different.
We'll leave that part for another video, but we'll show you how you change the settings here. So same kind of deal here. We can select the grinder here, right?
So that's like our first option, because you have the panel of options here. You've got the grinder, the drink's volume, you've got specialties like the cold or the double drink, and then obviously the name are all right here.
Okay, but I switched this over to cold. We don't want that. We're going to do a hot one here.
Yep, we'll do a hot flat white.
So I'm going to make it 100% from our right-hand hot grinder here. What's up next here?
Yeah, so here's something to keep in mind too. If you either press this X or if you change menus after you've made a change, you're going to be prompted to save, and you just want to say yes. So Mark, let's just see.
Well, I didn't actually change it because it was already there,
Of course. So on the volume screen, we're adjusting a couple of things. So what you want to keep in mind is that these sliders right here, they're not changing the total volume of your drink. They're actually changing the ratio. So on a drink like the flat white here, for example, if we reduce our coffee, you'll see that our amount of milk is being increased to compensate for.
And I like you get the visual representation here, what your drink's going to look like. So
that's right.
I'm going to go maybe one more step up with the coffee, just a little bit, not too much.
Maybe like right here.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
And then you got over here milk and milk foam, right?
Yeah, so the Jura uses something called automatic milk switchover. Basically, it lets you switch between having it dispense hot milk to foam. If you listen when it's doing it, you can really hear the sound difference. And basically, the machine's going to make right now kind of a 50-50 between milk and milk foam. And you can change that with the slider. So
if I just go over here, I'll try and keep my hand out of the way. And we can see, like, as I do more milk foam, the coffee got darker, and we got more of a Guinness head working over here.
That's right, exactly.
So I don't typically like a lot of foam. I like in a flat white, I like just a little bit. So we'll turn that down a little bit. I just want to keep enough in there so that we hear that changeover. So I think right about there.
50-50 seems fine.
Okay, so, and then for size,
we're on extra small right now. Medium.
Let's go large. And if we go too much here, we can always stop it.
That's right.
And we'll talk about how to do that. So up next, we've got...
So right here again, this is going into, and we'll click yes for our save.
Because we did make some changes there. Okay.
This was just called permanent pre-selection, but basically it lets you choose if the drink has any special other versions of it, you can select them here to be always brewed that way. So you could do the snowflake for the cold brew, or you could do, in this case, for the milk drinks, they have a feature called extra shot, where it's going to grind and brew a second shot to give you more caffeine, a little more coffee intensity as well. A little more coffee forward in your milk drink, which is kind of something I like. But we'll keep it simple here. We'll leave it at the normal, so we'll just turn this right off, right? So we're just leaving it as it is. You can change the name, of course. So if we wanted to call this something special, you can change that. And then we have our temperatures all on the next screen as well.
So first up here, I'm guessing it's going to be our coffee temperature.
That's right.
And it tells you, like over in the other screen here, what's going on. We're going to leave that at high.
I mean, the panorama display is really nice at kind of breaking up the information.
Okay, and then next up, we've got 2 milk temperatures, right? So we've got 2 types of milk.
Yeah, because you've got obviously the temperature of the milk itself, just the hot milk.
What's going to mix with the coffee.
Exactly, and then you've got the temperature of the foam that's going to sit on top of it as well.
So we'll leave the hot milk at high, and we'll go and we'll just show you that we could change this down if we wanted a colder foam on top. We could do
because you can do iced milk beverages, and so you would just want to make sure your foam temp set as low as you can, and you're good to go. It is going to use the pressure of the steam to siphon up that milk, so you know.
Okay. So we didn't really make any changes here, right? I don't think on this.
We did. We changed our milk proportion a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay. But we had already saved that, I guess. So okay.
So it didn't ask us again. It's a per screen save, basically.
So we'll put our cup under there. The spouts are adjustable in and out like this. That's nice. So if you want to do, you can do 2 hot coffees at the same time. So we've made all our changes. So now it's just pressing flat white, right?
That's right.
And and we could change things even now.
That's right. But
these would be temporary.
Temporary, but it's a very short window as well, because the grinder on this machine, very quiet, very, very fast as well.
I mean, overall, it's a very quiet machine, really.
Oh, for sure.
And then over on the left screen here, we get a little rundown of what's going on. So it's done the grind.
And can you hear that too?
Yeah.
That's the pulse extraction process.
So it is using the pulse extraction because it's a smaller espresso.
So this machine does have intelligent pep, like Jura's NF4, and so basically what that does is, based on the volume of the coffee in the beverage, it will automatically choose between pep brewing or just standard extraction.
And now we're switching to milk, and we see the color of the progress icons over here kind of stopped. And it has two thermal blocks, so the changeover is pretty quick.
It's quite fast, exactly.
And I like that, go back a few years, not a lot of machines did the coffee first for certain drinks. Most all of them did the milk first. It's more common
so
now.
To your point, you do a cappuccino on this machine, it is going to do milk first.
Yes, but nice mixing here of the coffee milk.
Here's our milk, and then we'll see it's about to switch over to milk foam. And you can hear now.
There it goes.
Clear difference in terms of how it sounds.
And we can stop if we need to.
Yeah, you can always tap that little forward icon there. Thank goodness for surface tension, of course, though.
So, that's beautiful. I love that.
Oh, you can see the cascading of that hot milk, and then just have the nice foam on the top there.
Now I've got to give this a try. That's nice and warm. That's actually about what I like right there.
Just drinkable right out of the machine. Just ready to go.
That's really, really nice. So 2 easy. That was a permanent change to the settings.
Right. So if we click that again, it would make the exact same drink the exact same way.
And if I wanted to, somebody said, hey, I saw your flat white, but I want it cold. They could just do that temporary change and just change it to a cold drink, right?
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. What else should we know about? Oh, we do have the glass set milk supply over here.
Yeah, so this is a pretty simple solution for milk drinks from Jura. I'm a big fan of it. So the glass milk container, that's one part which is in here, and then it's housed in what's called the Jura glass set. So if you ever send your kids to school with lunch bags with little ice packs, very similar design on this. So basically you've got kind of the housing here, and then there's a refreezable ice pack that sits on the inside. And the glass container as well, you can always disconnect from the machine when you're all done, store that in the refrigerator as well. So it's very easy to clean, to store, and just to take back out when you need it.
And if you want even more convenience, they do have their cool controls, which are countertop refrigerated units.
Yeah, refrigerated units, perfect for like an office or, somewhere where you've got really high volume. You can just leave it plugged in all day and then maybe just transfer that milk to the fridge at night.
So easy. I mean, that's one thing I like about Jura is the convenience factor.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't get deep into that right here, but they do have the water filters with the RFID.
That's right.
You
The
never
smart.
have to descale.
Yeah, if you change them regularly, you do not have to descale the machine.
And it knows when you change it and tells you when to change it. It's got easy milk cleaning. We got the little system over here. Again, we won't show that right now. We'll do that in another video. But it's kind of like almost a one-button operation. Yeah,
absolutely.
It measures out the cleaning stuff. You just put it under there, hit a button.
Yeah, kind of just a little closed circuit.
Walk away.
Activates your cleaner, and away you go. You can walk away, and the machine will clean itself.
All right. Well, they are easy. One thing we are missing here that really takes the machine up, makes it look nice, is there is a stainless steel tube that you can use over the milk pipe here, so you don't have to look at that. We looked around for hours. We couldn't find it in all the stuff we got around here. We'll show that in some of the other videos, but really completes the look of the machine,
of course.
right?
And I mean, you know, you can obviously see we've got the black glass set here. This is the nice diamond black, same material as the Z10 in diamond black as well.
All right. Well, Nick, thanks so much for taking us through the GIGA 10. I almost called it the Z10. We'll have a lot more on this machine coming up, you know, show you how to make individual drinks and do some of the cleaning, all that different stuff. But I'm going to give you the honors and take my line here.
Oh, well, thank you, Mark. If you love coffee as much as I do,
I like it. Be sure and subscribe to the channel.
For more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by
Whole Latte Love. All right. Thanks, Dick.